The big breakthrough that has been achieved in the Louvre Museum heist, where 2 suspects have been arrested in connection with the theft of precious jewellery from the Louvre Museum in Paris. One of the suspects was detained around 10 p.m. on Saturday at the Charles de Gaulle airport as he was about to board a plane to go overseas out of France. The second was arrested not long after inside Paris. All right, that is the latest update as far as the dramatic heist of crown jewels is concerned. Well, Louvre is the world's most visited museum, and this dramatic heist took place last Sunday, which is nothing less than a Hollywood thriller, viewers. The thieves broke into the museum using a crane to smash an upstairs window during opening hours and stole 8 precious items that were worth an estimated $102 million. This report tells you why this is not just unprecedented, but also that raises many questions in this special report. Take a look.
The debate over whether crime pays is one of legality and morality. Heinous crime aside, there are times when the criminal act catches the imagination of the general public. Particularly when the said public is not at the giving end of a criminal act. Robin Hood, Scarlet Pimpernel, Three Musketeers, or even a Mr. Natwarlal and Bunty or Bubbly make for entertaining stories, as does the latest heist at the Louvre. In all these instances, fictional or real, it is the art of the crime that romanticizes the act. It was just after 9:30 a.m. on a Sunday, and the Galerie des Antiques at the Musée du Louvre had just opened. Tourists were walking the halls and passageways, looking at masterpieces like the Mona Lisa and the Venus de Milo, or the statue of Athena. 4 thieves, masked and hooded, wearing balaclavas, arrived on scooters. 2 entered the museum from the side road facing the River Seine. Their target was the Apollo's Gallery, a gold-gilded, lavishly painted hall commissioned by King Louis XIV that houses the French crown jewels. The thieves used a construction work basket, lift and ladder to reach the upper floor balcony, allowing them access to the Apollo Gallery jewel room directly. A mere 900 feet away from the Mona Lisa, 2 of the thieves dressed as construction workers in yellow safety jackets used angle grinders to cut window panes and gain access to the gallery. Once inside the richly decorated gallery, the thieves knew exactly what they wanted. It was clear that they had been there before to case out the joint. They headed for 2 display cases which contained what remains of the French crown jewels. They started smashing the cases and taking out what was inside. As the alarm was raised, within minutes, the unarmed museum staff on the floor approached the thieves. They pulled back when they were threatened with the angle grinders that the thieves were holding. Visitors in the gallery scattered in fear. In 4 minutes, inside the gallery, the thieves picked out 9 valuable items that they wanted, and they scrambled the same way that they had come. Down the ladder lift they went, but this time the staff were following. The thieves tried to set fire to the lift, but there was no time. They failed, leaving crucial evidence behind. It was about 7 minutes since the heist began, and every second was now precious. The robbery was no longer a secret. The alarms had sounded, and 5 museum staff who were in the gallery or nearby followed protocol by contacting security forces and protecting visitors. The thieves knew that the police were already on their way. In their rush to get away, the thieves dropped one of the items that they had just stolen. The crown of Empress Eugenie, wife of Napoleon III, lay broken by the road as the still masked thieves sped away on their powerful 560cc engine Yamaha T-Max scooters. Eyewitnesses saw the two scooters heading towards a nearby highway, after which they disappeared. The 8 19th century items taken is valued at millions of euros. They range from a jeweled headband to necklaces, earrings and brooches. All the items belong to French royalty. The stolen items include a tiara of Empress Eugenie, parts of the sapphire jewellery set of Queen Marie Amélie and Queen Hortense, a large bodice knot of Empress Eugenie, a brooch known as the Reliquary brooch, and parts of the Emerald Marie-Louise set. The loss of the jewels has hurt the official French sentiments. More so because it was so easy to carry out the robbery. In and out within minutes. The task of finding the thieves has been handed over to the Banditry Repression Brigade, a specialized Paris police unit experienced in handling high-profile thefts. The police are reviewing CCTV footage going back weeks in an attempt to identify suspicious people in and around the premises. The thieves, after all, had checked out the museum and had obviously been inside multiple times. The police are trying to find a pattern. The detectives are working under tremendous time pressure as there is fear of the jewels being recut in an attempt to sell them off. So the more time that passes means that even if the thieves get caught and the loot recovered, they may never be returned in their original form.
Je vais à présent vous présenter les premières mesures qui pourront être prises dès aujourd'hui et sur le temps plus long pour prémunir le musée du Louvre contre de futures agressions. Elles seront mises en œuvre en coopération étroite avec le ministère de la Culture, la préfecture de police et la ville de Paris. Celles-ci sont de deux ordres. La première pourront être mises en place à court terme. Elles incluent la sécurisation des abords immédiats du Louvre, en particulier de la chaussée. Je pense par exemple à des dispositifs de mise à distance, empêchant que des véhicules ne se garent au droit immédiat de nos bâtiments. Je souhaite aussi solliciter le ministère de l'Intérieur pour étudier si l'installation d'un commissariat de police au sein du musée serait envisageable. Cette demande se justifie eu égard à la nature même du Louvre. Notre musée reçoit 30 000 visiteurs par jour, 2300 personnes y travaillent au quotidien.
The investigators are also looking for forensic evidence in the form of DNA that the thieves may have inadvertently left behind. The thieves tried to set fire to the construction lift but could not. The recovered crown that the thieves left behind may also have DNA traces. These are all potential DNA traps, but the most important piece of forensic evidence that the police currently have is a helmet and one of the gloves that the robbers used during the heist. Apart from the glove and helmet, the police also found a blanket, a walkie-talkie, a blowtorch, as well as the two angle grinders that they threatened museum staff with. The detectives would be running the DNA traces through DNA databases to look for a match. The Louvre Museum is one of the largest museums in the world. It has around 35,000 objects on display and attracts more than 8 million visitors every year. In the 12th century, it used to be a fortress where the kings of France used to stay. In 1682, Louis XIV left for the palace at Versailles, and the Louvre was given over to the academies of literature and arts. After the French Revolution, the National Assembly decreed that the Louvre should be used as a museum to display the nation's masterpieces. The museum opened on August 10, 1793, with an exhibition of 537 paintings. Over the years, there have been several attempts to steal from the Louvre, and some of them have been successful, like the time when the Mona Lisa got stolen. On a quiet morning of August 21st, 1911, 29-year-old Vincenzo Perugia, an Italian immigrant, walked into the museum and left with the painting under his coat. Vincenzo had previously worked in the Louvre, fixing glass into frames to protect pictures, and that is how he knew his way around. Even then, it was a question of national prestige, and the French police began investigations in earnest. 2 Germans, a French poet, and Pablo Picasso were arrested on suspicion. Passengers of an ocean liner about to set sail were searched. In New York, police searched another ship for the painting. Being stolen made the Mona Lisa famous. Till 1911, it had been a minor painting, but after the theft, it gained much in popularity. Perugia kept the painting hidden for 2 years and then went to Florence to sell it to a dealer. The dealer informed the police, and the thief was caught with Mona Lisa under his bed. He claimed he was trying to return a stolen treasure to Italy. The Nazis tried to loot the Louvre when they occupied France, but the director had moved the priceless stuff away from the museum. In 1990, Renoir's portrait of a seated woman was cut from its frame and stolen from the 3rd floor of the Louvre. Every time that the Louvre has been stolen from, there was a lapse in security, and after every theft, the security was tightened. This time too, the director of the Louvre Museum, deposing in front of a Senate committee, acknowledged a terrible failure on part of the security setup. She said security camera coverage was being increased across the museum's 37-hectare site, and a police post must now be set up inside the museum. All this while the police keep searching for the thieves who stole from the Louvre.